So we're the group in charge of household textiles by Enrique Barros, Juan Miguel Coronado, and Juliana Romo.
So first, I think it's important to talk a little bit about Jysk. It was a company founded in 1979. It is a Danish company who has over 22,000 employees. It has presence across 50 countries, and it has over 100 stores around the world. And the turnover in the year 2016 and 2017 was over 3.36 billion Danish crowns. Another really important fact about Jysk is that they're continually growing and continually expanding, and they're opening over 100 stores every year, and that's a data that I took out of their online page. So Jysk is planning to come to Colombia, and in order to enter the Colombian market and do a successful big business, they need to understand the Colombian market. They will need to unveil the characteristics and conduct of a population aligned to their traditional European consumer, because they are not used to the Colombian market. They are not used to our differences, our customs, and our traditions. With this research, we did a market research in order to see the viability of Jysk coming to Colombia. So we tried to do some objectives that needed to be clear in order to determine if Jysk was going to be competitive in the Colombian market. So we had to find the strongest competitors of Jysk. We also needed to find the answer to questions like who, how, and when do Colombian consumers buy household textile products, and also identify the needs and the behavior of the Colombians.
So, in terms of the approach we designed for this business model was that we needed specific customers related to household textiles. So, first of all, the people who were in the surveys and also the people that were in the interview were people that had the age for buying this type of products, because it's not a product for everyone. Also, we went from the general questions to the specific ones, pretty much to get people into the topic we were going to talk about. Also, we performed a group interview, a survey, and a market of new and used products. That was pretty much some of the conclusions we came up in this type of approach. Also, we had the cross-sectional research, questions related to consumer habits, because it was really important to keep people in whether they wanted to buy used products, new products, or if they were really interested in buying the trending in the market, or they were just worried about the details each of the products has in terms of technology and different specifications. Also, we wanted to check the real importance of service given by store, because some of the conclusions we had of the results of the survey was that people was really interested in going to the store and watching the products by themselves. And also the importance of always giving offers and sales for the people who wanted to buy them.
Now we're going to talk about the qualitative analysis and then the quantitative analysis. Okay, first for the qualitative we used as a method the focus group, where we had 2 women and 4 men of different ages, and we also went and interviewed the Falabella manager, a sales manager. In that discovery we found is that quality is, and this also shows what the answer showed in the surveys, that quality is very important for the consumers. Household textiles, people in Colombia don't buy it so frequently, so this is something we had like very present for our conclusions and the result at the end. Also, women are the ones that usually buy this type of products, and men, when they're married, they like give the opportunity to women for they go and decide what to buy. The brands and company here in Colombia are not very recognized, and pillow duvets and bed sheets were the first items that came to their mind when we asked, like, what do you think about, like, what products do you think when we said household textiles? They showed us this result.
Those kind of products were the top of mind during the focus group.
Yeah, also a really interesting thing is that most of the products were from 250 to 400 Danish crowns was the average price of the products.
Now for the quantitative, in the surveys we had a result that 68.93% were women and 31% were men. Also, we select people, we try to have like people of different places in Colombia, for we don't segmentate only in one city, but in Bogota we had the most people with 55.56%, and the rest were distributed in the biggest cities of Colombia, and 14.44% were of other cities.
That were Ibagué and Pereira.
And Armenia. Okay, now we did a cross analysis of questions in the survey. For example, this one we think is very important because we put the civil status of the people versus if they request any additional information when they were going to buy this type of product. We find that people who didn't have a sentimental relationship with someone went to ask another person for this type of products, because married and engaged people had a lower percentage, while singles and widower had the higher. So here you can see the results and the graphs. Another cross-tabulation that we did was the age, that was very important for us. This survey we did it to people 22 years and older, because people from 21 years or younger, they don't buy this type of products because they still live in their house, or if they are students that just moved to another city, usually the mom go and buy everything for them. In here we find that the price and the quality were very important in the result, especially the quality that also show us, as you remember that we just mentioned in the focus groups. So this is why in one of the recommendations we suggest that JISC has a good campus here in Colombia, because they sell things of good quality in a lower price. So JISC open here in Colombia is going to compete with what we have today, and it's going to succeed.
We had a few recommendations for them, and one of them was that they should do a sales and discounts strong marketing strategy, because the biggest population of the Colombian market has lower income and their purchase power isn't that strong. So they should target that segment of the market, because it's where the most amount of people is located in Colombia. As well as target students, because there's a high population of students who change cities in order to go to universities and study. So they need to buy products for their houses, and especially they need to buy household textile products to accommodate their homes. So it's a new market that you should try to target and to sell products to them.
Also, one good recommendation for ES is that attracting customers to their stores might be also a great opportunity, because people in Colombia are really, in terms of senses, they want to feel I don't know, the duvet. They want to go ahead and touch the pillow and try everything they are going to buy. So I believe that if they go ahead and make a very appealing store and very good sales discounts, they might go ahead and bring many people to their stores in the next years.
Because with our research we discovered that Colombians tend to buy products in a traditional way. They don't like shopping online, and they prefer to go to stores, as Enrique said. So we also have a few conclusions. First of all, Colombians are not frequent consumers, as we just said. With the surveys, we found out that they normally buy products every 2 years. And during the focus group, they told us that they would only buy products if they had to replace one product or if something was damaged or wrinkled enough to change it.
Also, they cared a lot about the price and the quality. They were not really in touch of brands, so if Yisk goes ahead and brings, I don't know, new brands by their store to Colombia, they might go ahead and get a good opportunity of sales because people here in Colombia are not very interested in those type of things. They're just interested in price and quality.
So that's why if Yisk comes with a strategy of discounts and lower prices, they're going to be very success here in Colombia, because in the survey, this variable was the highest in percentage in the results, and also in the focus groups, people said that they were motivated if they had lower prices or discounts.
So in conclusion, we can see that for Yisk, it's really a viable project to come here to Colombia, and they might also succeed in a different branch of the market that we haven't mentioned, that is the used stuff, because like people in Colombia tend to care a lot about prices. They might go ahead and buy things that are not so important, like their duvet or their pillow, but they can go ahead and buy other types of textiles in a used condition.
And another big opportunity for them is that because of the different regions that Colombia has, they can sell different products. Like they can sell a different variety of products up north of Colombia cities. So that's also a big chance to sell more products and not just a few limited options.